Alright, welcome back to the drive-through Geometry Gangsters, sponsored by the deli. Alright, this is only the most important theorem ever, but other than that, no big deal, okay? Feel free to carry on with your lives in typical fashion, okay? Pythagorean theorem, so simple, yet so elegant. As our book puts it, the most elegant theorem, is that what it says? Geometry's most elegant theorem. Very simple, you've already learned it before. L1 squared plus L2 squared equals H squared. I've always preferred to teach it like that. Obviously, you guys learned it as A squared plus B squared equals C squared, but there's a big if that follows this, and that's if you have a right triangle whose hypotenuse is side C and whose legs are A and B, then A squared plus B squared equals C squared. Okay? So, it's important that you remember a little fact about math, is that which angle is biggest in a right triangle? The right angle. That's why the hypotenuse has to be the biggest side. So make sure that you always have the hypotenuse be your biggest side. Okay? So far so good? The converse to the Pythagorean theorem is true. So, if A squared plus B squared equals C squared, then what? Then C is the hypotenuse of what? Of a right triangle. That's what the converse is used for. So Pythagorean theorem is used to solve for missing sides. The converse of the Pythagorean theorem is used to it's used to prove that a triangle is a right triangle. So here's something that might be new. Is that a right triangle? And if not, what kind of triangle is it? Well, what you have to do here, first of all, no, it's not. What you have to do here is you have to check. So, check A squared plus B squared, compare it to C squared, okay? So, that's 900 plus 1600, and what's 51 squared? 51 squared is 2,611. Are these two things equal? So is that a right triangle? All right, so stick out your arms. Form a right angle with your arms. Now, would you say that this problem here, do we have too much hypotenuse or not enough hypotenuse? We have too much hypotenuse, so extend your arms. What kind of triangle did we just form? This is an obtuse triangle. You understand that? That's an important part of this section, okay? And then, let me take a pause here as I flip to the next part of the book. Okay, so, I'll give you a little preview of 9.6, although 9.6 is not even on your quiz. Your quiz stops at 9.5. But, you've got these really famous right triangles. 3, 4, 5 is the Michael Jackson of right triangles. Okay? The reason I call it the Michael Jackson of right triangles is that before you guys were born, Michael Jackson was the most famous person in the world. Okay? He legitimately was. And Michael Jackson could make himself look like many other things. He could make himself look like a white woman, or he could make himself look like a cute little black boy. He changed his whole life. That's how 3, 4, 5 triangles are. They're everywhere. They show up everywhere. But sometimes they look like this. What goes here? That still works. Okay? Sometimes they look like this. That says a third. That says a fourth. What's the hypotenuse? I don't think that's right. That's right. So it doesn't work for that the inverse doesn't work. So it's got to be a product. It's got to be a multiple, because if this was a fifth is smaller than a third, and that can't be the hypotenuse, so that one doesn't work. Let's find another one that does work. What's that one? I'm telling you right now, the 3, 4, 5 triangle will be on every standardized test you take for the rest of your life. The air test, the SAT test, and the ACT test. If you can look at it and instantly identify it as a 3, 4, 5 triangle, you can save yourself some time and spend that time on more difficult problems. Can I get a second bell? Boom, boom! Boom, boom! Thank you.